We're gonna make some holes, baby. Make some holes. Good morning, Mission Control. Well, we are so behind schedule right now. It's not even funny. In fact, it's extremely stressful. I keep having things pop up that are taking me away from everything that needs to be done. You know, if I'm working on the garden, then something happens with the orchard. Something happens with the orchard, then something happens with the 3D printer. 3D printer, something happens with the orchard. And there's this like chasing my tail of trying to get everything done. So Bannon and I are headed over to the neighbor's house today. We are gonna put pedal to the metal. There he is right there, going nuts. We're gonna put pedal to the metal and see about getting this orchard in. We got all the trees. We need to get them in the ground and get water on them. And we got some great weather coming. It's gonna get really warm. So it's perfect right now for getting them in. We just need to get it done. So today is about getting stuff done. Well, it's a beautiful day out. It's mid 60s right now, about 65 Fahrenheit, and just gorgeous. You know, I've been over here before. I thought I was gonna have this all done already. And like I said, everything just keeps getting in the way. There's always something that comes up. You know, it's amazing how when you are trying to do something good and you are trying to spread the word and you're trying to inspire and give people hope, how I'm just going to say it, how Satan attacks you. Now, you all may not agree with my beliefs and all that, but I think pretty much everyone, even if you don't believe, you know that there's just something that attacks, that there's always something trying to stop you from doing good. And we've been feeling that a lot lately, and we're just going to keep fighting. You know, Miss Marcia and I, we just keep talking about it. You just got to fight the good fight. You know, you got to wake up every day, you got to go wrestle, you got to go fight, you got to deal with whatever God presents you with and whatever the enemy's throwing your way. Something as simple as like editing videos. You know, I've been using Corel Visual Studio for forever, and recently it just keeps crashing all the time. Like every few minutes when I'm editing, it just crashes, just locks up and crashes. So I've gotten, you know, save every time you do an edit. There's lots that goes into editing if you don't know. You're just constantly saving. And then it crashes, and then you got to wait and reboot. And you might think, oh, that's not that big a deal, but it is, because it takes hours. For every minute of video, there's 2 minutes worth of editing at least. So you get an hour's worth of video recorded, you know, it takes you 2 hours to edit that down to maybe a 18-minute video. It takes a lot when you're crashing every 5 minutes, and that's what it's been doing. So I did a search and I found DaVinci Resolve or something, DaVinci something. It's free. But now I have to learn, and it looks like it's going to be amazing. It looks like it's going to completely blow Corel out of the water, and it's going to solve that problem. But now I have to learn that, you know. So like today, it was difficult because I had to decide, come out and work or edit video, and I've got to work. So I'm going to record video, but I'm starting to get a backlog of editing that I need to do, and now I need to learn a new software program, which is not simple. It's not like using Microsoft Word or something, you know. It's not like I'm writing an email. This is like complicated, and I got to learn it. So I'm just sharing. That's just an example. There's always something. Today I've got one line of holes already marked. We are going to use the auger on the tractor, and we're going to drill them out, and we're going to set the next line, and we are just going to go to town. Actually, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to set some T-posts up so I get all my lines just right, and then I'm going to drill. I'm going to mark everything, and then we're going to drill, and we'll just get it all done in one time, and then we'll start opening up the boxes, getting trees in the ground as quickly as we can. I think that's probably the most efficient way to do this. So I don't know how much cool video shooting I'm going to get today, but I'm going to try. The objective here, unfortunately today, is not YouTube video. It is support the neighbor, get the trees in the ground, then YouTube. Let's roll. I got to get this. My hearing protection. I'm going to need these things. Use that. I'm going to go set some posts. And we're going to be doing 16-foot spacings between each of the rows. This will give us plenty of room for the trees to grow, as well as getting the tractor in and mowing. You could start off smaller and put more trees in, but we're planning for the long game here, not for the short. We know we're going to have trees. We know you can put them in, you know, you can remove them, but that's a lot of work that I think is unnecessary, and we got the space. The ground is already getting harder, way harder. So I'm not setting these permanent. These are just going in as marking sticks, and then I'm gonna rip them all up. This is how I'm setting our string line, is just using these posts. I've already got the ground marked. And you might be wondering why these are not straight. They don't need to be. We're measuring from the road to our first spot, which is 26 feet. And that gives us room to get tractor around if we want to put fence up here someday. So these are literally just for the string line. And I like to have the trees straight, you know, it makes the orchard look better. The weather is just at the point where it's like too cold for not having a hoodie, but a little too warm for having a hoodie. So we're just gonna have to cowboy up here and do it. Okay, that's better. I need 5 more posts. I'll walk these out. Got the brush hog up here, it looks so nice. We're gonna have to do some measurements to make sure we maintain the parallel lines. All the holes are marked, lines are straight. We are ready to drill. We are not going to be shoveling by hand today, except for when we actually go to plant. The ground is getting hard, so I put the 12-inch auger on the tractor, and we're going to get on this thing, and we're going to make it happen. We're going to make some holes, baby. Make some holes. There we go, got it. Going to help out those roots here. Two holes! Ha, ha, ha. I just got done with the last hole. Let me show you how it all looks. Here's 1 row, 2 rows, 3, 4, 5, 6, 5, 7. The next part of this is going to be a little hairy because I got so many trees to plant and so little time, like, to get it all out, you know, and get it laid down. Boy, you know what? We're just going to have to do it. We're just going to have to go. I got to get all these trees out of the boxes, get them laid out, get them organized. They're all in different ones, and I got to do it quickly so that nothing dries out. Now, all these roots, everything's wrapped in wet root wrap. Here, let me, oh man, but look at that big one. That snapped right off in shipment. That's damage in shipment. We might be able to fix that. So those types of things, I gotta go quickly on this and get these out. I think all these long ones are gonna have damage on them. These are from fast growing trees. Those first 2 were gala apples. These 2 are hazelnuts. Persimmon. I think these get big. Persimmon. Ah, jeez. Pistachios. These gotta be planted next to each. Hope that wind doesn't blow over the camera. Right here. Right here. Going fast. Getting the steps in. Making it happen. This is the moment when you realize you are gonna be out here for a long, long time, and it's gonna be a late night, and you might as well just get that through your mind. I just got everything unpacked. We have a combination of full root and bare root trees. You can see the plastic here. Not only are the trees here, but a bunch of grapes showed up, and I was not accounting for that. I thought they'd be in separate shipments. They're all here. So we got to get everything in the ground here now, especially now that it's all out and it's out of this nice protective humidity, out of the wind protection that it had. We got to get that stuff in the ground. So I think I'm just going to crank up the tunes here. Here we go. Now we're set. Let's roll. Well, as with everything, there's 2 parts of this story. It's a good news, bad news type of situation. The good news is I got zone 1 of the orchard planted. And tomorrow my plan was to get the irrigation and everything run. However, we have 23 extra trees, which means I need to cut in at least two rows of zone 2 so we can get them in the ground. The good news is that all the trees that are remaining are not bare root trees. They actually have dirt and everything with them, which means they have lots of moisture still. And the fact that I got them out, they're getting air, they're getting sun again. So one day isn't gonna hurt me. I was really hoping to be done here tonight, and I still have vines and everything to put in. I've been going now for, boy, quite a few hours. My IT band is giving out on me because I've been going up and down the hill and running, you know. IT band, iliotibial band, it goes across your knee right here, and if you don't run a lot, it gets tight, and if you don't stretch it, it gets tight. It gets really tight and it rubs against the bone, and it really hurts. So it's hurting me to walk up and down the hill now, and if I push it too hard, I won't be able to walk tomorrow. So what I need to do, I gotta go put, I hate changing out the implements on the tractor, you know, it just takes time. I need to go put the brush hog back on, and I need to brush hog this section. There's some old chestnut trees here that we're gonna pull up because they're in the way. So we gotta do that as well. We'll see. I need to run the string and we'll see what it all looks like.